Hi, I'm Don Henig, and I live on Long Island, New York. About 7 years ago, I was diagnosed with a tumor in my inner ear. When I went to the doctor, they sent me to the surgeon. I was still at the point of time in my life where I believed that the doctors were in charge. I didn't realize I was the captain of my own body and that I was in charge. So at that point, I go and I meet with the surgeon. What are the options? It's radiation or surgery. The surgery is an 11-hour surgery. They take your head off. It's a brain surgery. It's not a good thing. Lots of lots of complications, and that's not what I want to do. But I asked the question, can I go home and think about it? And she said to me, yeah, but don't think too long. So I went home, and where do you start? I don't know. It's not cancerous, but it's a tumor. So I started researching tumors, cancer, alternative cancer therapies, thinking instead of surgery, what else can I do? Well, I started reading books and reaching out to the authors of those books, and then going to conferences, which is where I met Dr. Nasha Winters, and immediately hearing her from the stage, and so many people in the audience were like, wow, like they were just blown away that Dr. Nasha Winters was going to be at this conference. And I didn't know who she was at all. All I know was I was sitting in the back of the room and I was like blown away. I was just like, what she's saying is exactly what I wanted to hear, that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and the light is not necessarily surgery and radiation. That could be part of something, but there's a lot of other things that could be done, a lot of other things. So I started going down the path. I met with her. I started learning so much, and now I'm on a learning mission. That's exciting. It's fun, and I've been able to help a number of other people as a result of it. Well, the interesting thing for me is the things that I learned at these conferences and through Dr. Nasha Winters about 7 months after my diagnosis. And this is something that never goes down. It only gets bigger and until until it kills you. And about 7 months later, we had another hearing test. And I had no hearing at all in this ear, and my balance was shot. It was completely gone. Well, if somebody spoke in a room, I wouldn't know where that noise was coming from. 7 months later, my hearing is back almost 100%. My balance is back 100%. And they said they've never seen anything like it. And the head of the association for what I have called me, and she said, Don, your story is amazing. This is incredible. We've never seen this before. And they were printing stories that month, and I thought my story would help people, teaching them what I did. And she said, but we can't print your story. I said, why? She said, we have too many doctors on our board. They would be upset. True story. And so that told me everything I needed to know. I had to be in charge of my life, in charge of my body, and in charge of making the decisions that are going to be best for me. And everything changed at that moment.